here today we have Loy from Kyber Network, and we are in the Token Summit. We'd love to give some updates from the Kyber. And so for audience don't know what the Kyber do, you can have a brief introduction.
Right. So Kyber Network is a on-chain decentralized exchange that focuses much more on security and usability at the same time. So because we run everything on-chain, so it's really easy for you guys to trade with us. Every time you trade, you just need to send a transaction to our contract, and the trade will be confirmed instantly, as long as as soon as your transaction is confirmed on the network. And we guarantee the liquidity, so you can always trade with Kyber. So liquidity is a major problem in decentralized exchanges, and that's why we really hope that our solution can address the problem.
So what's the big difference between the three projects? Like 0x, Omisago. What's the major difference you guys approach?
So in 0x, they have the concept of the hybrid model. So in which they maintain the order book off-chain, and when there is a settlement or there's a match between the sell and the buy order, then the settlement happens on-chain, right? Mm-hmm. But with Kyber Network, we do not have any order book concept at all. So what we give you is, here's a sell and here's a buy price, and we just aggregate the price from all the market makers or liquidity providers who work with us, right? And with that, you can just easily interact with our smart contract, and the liquidity is guaranteed, and the trade is fast and efficient. It's gonna take you 12 or 15 seconds to do the trade. So Omisago is a different thing, because so what they do is they build a sidechain which really focus on trading, right? So they have the concept of proof of stake chain that enables fast and efficient trading, but it's not on the Ethereum chain at all. So the side chain or the plasma chain in Omisago will be frequently committed back to the Ethereum chain. So it's not that efficient for mainstream users, or it's not easy for the mainstream users to use Omisago.
Gotcha. So what's the progress we have so far since the network launch?
So we have been, busy developing our platform.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to deploy it on the mainnet, on the testnet 1 month from now, and 2 months from now, or in Feb 2018, we are going to launch on the mainnet. So we also talk to a lot of partners, mm-hmm. and we have established a few important partnerships with wallets. So recently we partnered with ARM Token. They are
that's pretty big.
Yeah, so they are the biggest, most popular wallet in China.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think they have 320,000 active users in China.
Yep.
We also partner with a few other wallets which are open source, and they are more popular in the US.
What's the partnership looks like for you guys with ARM Token?
Right. So what they do is, they will integrate Kyber in their wallet.
They exclusively Kyber, not others.
So they can also work with others, right? But the integration with Kyber is going to be done first.
Gotcha.
And their users can just trade with Kyber from their own wallet.
Yeah.
They don't have to leave their wallet.
Well, that's huge.
Yeah, that's really important. So apart from wallets, we also work with platforms. So we work with Wax tokens, mm-hmm. to allow the user to convert between different tokens to the Wax token easily, right? And Wax token have millions of users who are actively trading game items on the platform. Another one that we partner with is Gipto, and they are a live streaming platform, and they have 20 million active users, right? And if we can get maybe 0.1% of this user to use Kyber service, it's going to be huge for Kyber.
I think it's a big move. So Kyber started with the ARM Token collaboration. That's a huge market there, and active users. And I personally use ARM Token as well.
Nice.
It's pretty nice wallet and user friendly. And so how do you think from now on, the 1 year Kyber looks like?
So it's gonna be more stable. It's gonna be more easy to use, more accessible as well, because we are trying to work with basically like all the popular wallets, right? So you can easily access to Kyber. So we also like looking forward to cross-chain trading. So basically you can trade between Bitcoin and many other tokens on Ethereum, right? So we are working with Cosmos, and we also like build our own solution, which is pitch relays. So you can like essentially trade Ethereum Classic with any other token on Ethereum.
Wow, that's pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
So how big the team right now?
So we, I think we have like 15 or 16 people. I cannot keep track of the numbers because we have been like hiring a lot. So we have like different teams in Israel, in Vietnam, so we have like 1 or 2 people in Australia, Greece as well.
Yeah, the biggest challenge for blockchain project sector is the hiring.
Exactly.
How do you guys want to approach this problem, like to scale your teams?
Exactly. So we have like to hire from different countries, and we do not need like to hire specific blockchain or smart contract people, right? So what we do instead is we just look for good people who can really like have good algorithmic background, coding background as well, and we'll just train them for a couple of weeks, right? And so that they can they can catch up with like blockchain and smart contract development.
Gotcha. And does your team major based in Asia?
Yes. So we have like I think 70% of the team is in Singapore and Vietnam.
Yeah, I think, so the last part, we gotta talk about this industry. What's the most exciting area for you in this industry?
Right, so I think, of course, decentralized chains, right? Rig is going to be a big thing in 2018 with all the major projects. We release the platform. And apart from that, I think many people are working on identity, right? Like, everyone loves like trustless and anonymous on the blockchain, right?
Yep.
But at the end of the day, if you want to increase the adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrency technology, we really need to work with the government and to be compliant, right? So all the AML and KYC check, you really need to do it in a proper way. So many people are building like solution for identity on the blockchain. So you might have heard of like UPOP.
Yeah.
And Parity is doing something similar as well.
Yeah.
And I personally like get involved in some other project as well.
So identity.
Yeah. Apart from that, I think stablecoin is something that many people.
What's your favorite stablecoin?
So I think one. I mean, this is a tough question, right? But I don't have any preference, but I think a few like a project at least in this space is like the Legit project in Singapore. That they built their gold back token, right?
Yeah.
And there's also MakerDAI. I think their technology is also interesting. And recently there's what is that?
Basecoin?
Basecoin, yeah. I haven't read the technical stuff, but I heard that was interesting as well.
Yeah. And so you mentioned the government, environment. You based in Singapore, right? So actually, I heard about like a lot of great things about Singapore government. How it really looks like right now.
So the government in Singapore is friendly.
We're friendly for blockchain.
Really friendly for fintech and blockchain. They are not going to regulate Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or ICO anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think they are watching it closely. So one good thing about Singapore is that the community is small and the environment is really healthy. Right? There's no scam project. I mean, even if if you want to do some scam project in Singapore, there's no lawyers, the ecosystem won't work with you.
Wow.
So you cannot operate, right? So that's a good thing about Singapore.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point.
Yep.
And I saw lots of project actually set up the entity there.
Yep.
So what's the biggest advantage compared to the American and Valley in the Silicon Valley or Toronto, Canada? to set up projects there?
So, I mean, first of all, the regulation is good, right? It's friendly, and basically you can actively engage with the government to express your view and your intention and what you are doing in your project, and they can give you like timely feedback so that you will not make any mistake. And also the community is small; everyone can just talk to everyone and get feedback from other projects as well. So these are the few good things about Singapore.
Okay, so what's your the future looks like, you think, the blockchain industry as a whole? Or you have some concern about this hype, like big, huge money going into that? And lots of scam projects raise a bunch of money.
So I think the entire market cap is still small. 200 billion US dollar is really big for individuals, but in the global scale, right, it's really small compared to other traditional markets. So I expect the market even grows much bigger than the current state, right? So in 2018, I think many projects will deliver what they promised, and I think it's going to be.
You think many gonna, like most of them, get delivered?
Not most of them. Yeah,
okay.
But, a few of them will deliver, and I think a few of them will be successful, and it's going to be great because now people have more confidence in the ecosystem. And at the same time, I think people will be more, I would say, cautious about ICO and all the new projects that are raising capital to consider.
Okay, so the last question is, do you have anything like to say to the community? Maybe what kind of a way they could help build together with the capital networks? That's the beauty of blockchain, right?
Absolutely. So I really expect that the community can try out our testnet deployment and give us feedback what you expect to see, what changes you wanted us to make to improve our wallet and our product. And at the same time, if you have any idea about good project that we should partner with, just reach out to us on our Telegram channel, Reddit.
They can get the response immediately, you think? If there's a huge venue there.
Right. So we will try to respond and to engage with everyone in our community. That is a good thing about us, right? So that's why we could attract 60,000 people in various channels in our token sale.
And also, what's the relationship looks like with Cabra with existing big investors, like institutions? Are they very actively involved to help?
Right, yeah. So,
provide resources to
So
Cabra?
they really help us in making introduction to their portfolio project, right? And that is really helpful because
interactive with real projects or blockchain projects.
Blockchain project as well. I mean both, right? So Pantera, Hyperchain Capital, what else? FBG. So all of them actively help us reach out to other projects so that we can see whether we can partner with them and integrate Kyber in their platforms.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for this interview. I'd love to hear more updates news of Kyber and
Awesome.
to see how the future looks like in the 1 year.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.